Hey guys, I'm Soumya and I'm back again with another video. I hope you're all well and safe. So if you are an old subscriber, then welcome back, and if you are new to this channel, then I make a lot of bookish content here. So if you are a book lover and a reader or would like to become one, then do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell icon. So in today's video, I am going to show you my collection of non-fiction books on my bookshelves part 2. I made part 1 a few months back, and in that video I had shown 40 non-fiction books on my bookshelves. So if you want to check that one out, the link will be up here. In this video, I am going to show you 20 more non-fiction books on my bookshelves. Truth be told, I have quite a few fiction books on my bookshelves that are so heavily inspired from true events that they may as well be non-fiction. But I cannot include any of those books in today's video because they are still classified as fiction books, because at the end of the day their authors did take some creative liberties while writing those books, but they are still very real reads. Today's video will have only those books that are strictly non-fiction. I want to ask you that if you had to recommend one non-fiction book to everyone, which book would it be? Let's get started with the video. So I'll start with The Complete Mouse by Art Spiegelman. So this is a graphic novel and this is a memoir of Vladek Spiegelman's life, about the true events from his life. Now Vladek Spiegelman was Art Spiegelman's father, and he was a Jewish survivor of Hitler's Europe, and how he survived the Holocaust is what this book talks about. And as far as I'm concerned, this graphic novel is a must read, and if you haven't yet read The Complete Mouse, then you definitely must. So next up is Tis, a Memoir by Frank Mccourt. So this is the sequel to Angela's Ashes, and I talked about that book in the part 1 of my non-fiction collection video. So in part 1, which was Angela's Ashes, Frank Mccourt talked about his life in Ireland, but in this book he talks about his life in the United States. The next book is India's Most Fearless: True Stories of Modern Military Heroes by Shiv, Arur and Rahul Singh. Now as you can tell by the title of this book is a collection of 14 true stories of heroism and bravery shown by Indian soldiers in very difficult, dangerous and hostile conditions. The next book is 13 Steps to Bloody Good Wealth by Ashwin, Sanghi and Sunil, Dalal. So you can tell by the title of this book what this book is about. It's a self-help book about how to become wealthy. It talks about how becoming wealthy is definitely difficult, but it is not impossible. This book has shared some ideas, stories, personal experiences. The next book is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Now this is one of the most famous, one of the most popular self-help books in the world. It talks about the importance of sleep, it talks about forgiveness, removing mental blocks, marital life and success, money. So basically it covers all the relevant aspects of human life. The next book is You Don't Have to Be a Shark: Creating Your Own Success by Robert Herjavec. So this book talks about how non-business people can learn to sell themselves through the techniques that this book shares. So Robert Herjavec talks about how in order to be successful, one needs to learn to sell oneself. And this is a skill that people are not born with, but this is a skill that can be learned. And this book talks about the power of persuasion and how to use this power of persuasion in order to get ahead in our professional as well as personal lives. The next book is 50 Magnificent Indians of the 20th Century by S. Lal. So you can tell by the title of this book what this one is about. So this book is divided in different sections like film personalities, sports personalities, industrialists, leaders from the independent movement, legal luminaries, etc. And under each of these sections there are different people who have been talked about. The next book is Foreigners Who Loved and Served India by K.C. Brahmachary. So the title of this book explains everything. So it has different chapters dedicated to different foreigners who served India and about their lives and how they served India. So I got this book along with this one. I got both these books from the same bookstore. The next book is Unfinished, a Memoir by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. So I read this book in 2021 itself. I definitely had some parts in this book that I liked more than the others, but overall my experience with this book was a good one. The next book is Fun Home, a Family Tragicomic by Alison Bechdel. So this is a graphic novel and a memoir, and Alison Bechdel has talked about her life and her relationship with her father, and she has shared a lot of honest and truthful details about her life. I found this to be a brilliant read, but at the same time I do not recommend this to each and every reader out there because there are a lot of TMI, too much information moments in this book, and that might make some readers uncomfortable. Also, the overall vibe of this book is depressive and gloomy. The next book is Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray. So this book is to help couples to build a good relationship. It talks about communicating difficult feelings with each other and how to get what you want from the other person without being a bully, and talking about pain and how to build a good male-female relationship. So that's what this book focuses on. The next book is The Kiss of Life by Imran Hashmi with Bilal Siddiki. So in this book, Imran Hashmi has talked about his own life, his own experiences of working on different films, anecdotes from different film sets, but more importantly, he has talked about his experience as a father when his son Ayan was battling cancer. He has talked about his emotional trauma and the treatments that his son went through. I read this back in 2016, so it was quite long ago, but my overall experience of reading this book was very sweet and emotional. The next book is How to Be a Boss by Lily Singh. So this book came out in 2017 and I read it as soon as it came out, and I remember that I had loved this book. I also reviewed this on my channel. This is a self-help book and it talks about how you can conquer your life, and this book is very luxurious and colorful, and the entire vibe of this book is like quite popping. It's like go out there, achieve whatever you want to. The next two books are A Calmer You and More of a Calmer You, both by Sunil, and both these books are classified under the self-help genre, and the main idea behind both these books is to help the reader battle his or her stress. Both these books are a compilation of the articles that used to come in HT City back in the day, and these articles used to be written by Sunil Kalra on random topics, and it's true that these articles used to be stress busters. I remember very distinctly that I used to wait for every single Sunday, waiting for that HT City and also HT Brunch. Those were the days. Anyway, I am very nostalgic right now. The next book is Korma, Kheer and Kismat, 5 Seasons in Old Delhi by Pamela Timms. So this is a food memoir by Pamela Timms as she discovered the gullies and lanes of Old Delhi, and as she came across the food culture of Old Delhi, which is very rich, I must tell you, if you don't already know. So this book also has a list of recipes of a lot of famous food items, a lot of famous delicacies from Old Delhi. The next book is Yes, My Accent is Real and Some Other Things I Haven't Told You by Kunal Nayyar. So this is Kunal Nayyar's memoir that I read in 2016 because at that time I used to watch The Big Bang Theory and I used to love that show. I was naturally very curious about Kunal Nayyar's life. He used to play Raj Koothrappalli on The Big Bang Theory, and since I loved that show, he was quite relevant for me at that time. When I had finished reading this book, I had posted its picture on Twitter and I had tagged Kunal Nayyar and he had retweeted it, and I was so happy that day. The next book is To the Moon, How I Blogged My Way to Bollywood by Malini Agarwal. Now Malini Agarwal is the founder of Miss Malini, which is rather famous. Miss Malini was, I think, one of the first entertainment blogs in our country, and I think it came about during that time when social media had not even exploded properly in this country. The next book is I Am Malala by Malala Yousafzai with Christina Lamb. So there was a time when this book used to be everywhere, and I feel that even if not everyone, but a substantial number of people have read this book. As for me, I read this book really long ago, but I still remember that it was a very fast-paced read for me and I was able to read it fairly quickly. Next book is Transit Lounge by Sunil Mishra. So this is a travelogue, and this book talks about the author's experience of traveling to 30 different countries across 6 continents. So there you go, I showed you 20 more books from my collection, and I have more non-fiction books as well, but I have divided this series in parts because it's not possible for me to show all the non-fiction books that I own all at once, unfortunately, but I'm trying my best, and I hope you liked watching this video. Don't forget to let me know your non-fiction book recommendation in the comment section, and if you liked watching this video, do give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description, and I will be back with my next video very soon. Till then, take care and stay safe, guys. Bye.